slowly past. Penthouse silent except the groove. Soft jazz teaching me how to move. Used to think the top floor healed the pain. Funny how the pressure stayed the same. Money buys a beautiful view, but it can't decide what's true. White wine cooling by the chair, slow saxophone filling up the air. City lights below like stars, everybody carrying hidden scars. Still the music makes it easier somehow, makes the heavy future disappear now. And for once the silence feels kind, like mercy for a tired mind. Blue hour fading into the night, soul music underneath soft light. Every chord slowing down my thoughts, teaching me what peace is not success and not applause, not the things the whole world wants, just a quiet room and breathing slow, somewhere gentle enough to grow.
Blow trumpet somewhere in the dark, cigar smoke dancing under chandelier light, cigar smoke twisting through the room, old saxophone crying near the moon, leather couches worn by time, every scar carrying hidden light, men in tailored jackets talking low, everybody got somewhere to go. But tonight I let the whole thing drift, finally giving my mind a rest. whiskey bottle glowing amber gold. Jazz records older than my soul. Outside the city grinding tea, inside the groove moving peacefully. No social climbing in the sound, no fake smiles moving around, just brush drums and breathing space, finally slowing down the race. Saxophones healing hidden pain, warm bass washing through my veins, every note dissolving stress, every silence saying less. And tonight I don't need proof, don't need status, don't need you, just another quiet melody setting something free in me. Top floor, elevator humming softly, champagne somewhere behind closed doors, but the jazz sounds lonelier tonight. Gold elevator climbing through the dark, tiny city lights looking far apart, Italian shoes down the hall, luxury artwork hanging on the walls. Everything expensive, everything clean, still something hollow in the scene, still the silence underneath the world makes you sit alone with yourself. Penthouse windows stretching toward the stars, crystal bottles lined beside the bar, guests pretending everything alright, smiling carefully through the night. But the trumpet solo near the piano sounds more honest than the people I know. Like the music understands somehow what nobody says out loud. Elevated jazz for tired millionaires, heavy thoughts hiding under tailored wear. All these polished rooms and chandelier light still can't teach a restless soul to sleep at night. But the slow saxophone through the air makes the whole illusion disappear. And for one small moment in the song, I remember where I belong. Late night waiter pouring aged wine, conversation sounding over their sign, everybody trying to impress, nobody admitting stress. Used to think I'd envy lives like these, now I mostly notice gravity. The pressure only changes clothes, still follows everywhere you go. Outside the skyline glows electric blue. Inside the jazz quartet moves smooth. Brush drums whisper through the room like Mercer floating underneath the moon. Maybe peace don't care about status. Maybe calm was never something bought for us. Maybe the richest thing we own is finally feeling at home. The higher the elevator climbs, the quieter the truth becomes. Elevator dress for tired millionaires, heavy thoughts hiding under tailored wear. All these polished rooms and chandelier light still can't teach a restless soul to sleep at night. But the slow saxophone through the air makes the whole illusion disappear. And for one small moment in the song, I remember where I belong.
Last train moving through the dark. Jasmine tea steaming near the window. Last train humming through the rain. Tiny apartment glowing warm again. Wet coat hanging by the door. I don't need much anymore. Jasmine tea beside the bed. Soft jazz floating through my head. Whole city exhausted from the race, still trying hard to keep the pace. Used to think I had to win, had to prove myself again and again. Now the quiet got a different tone, makes me feel less alone. Candlelight against the wall, no pressure hanging over all. Just a peaceful little midnight scene, simpler than I used to dream. Last train fading through the night, warm tea underneath low light. Every little jazz refrain, washing softness through the rain. No ambition in my chest, only finally getting rest. And somewhere in the vinyl sound, I think I put my burdens down.
rain sliding down the city glass. Whole skyline moving in slow motion tonight. No pressure, no finish line, just music. And breathe. And breathing. Ashtray glow on the marble side table. Rain tapping soft on the rooftop cable. Leather shoes resting under the chair. Old jazz floating through the smoky air. Street light gold through the half-closed blinds. Trying not to race against my own mind. Used to move fast like the city's heartbeat. Now slow conversations feel like luxury. Pocket full of plans that I never completed. Every little dream overworked and overheated. Phone screen lighting up every 5 minutes. Everybody chasing something without limits. But tonight the room got a different pace. No ambition hanging over my face. No pressure wrapped inside my chest. Finally learning how to sit and rest. Crystal lights turning circles in the drink. Giving myself a little time to think. Maybe peace was always passing near. Maybe I was too loud to hear. Leave the watch beside the whiskey glass. Let another quiet evening pass. Time keeps moving around on the stage. Moonlight still finds a window anyway. I don't need to measure every breath. I don't need to sprint towards success. Soft piano carrying all the way. Nobody waiting, I ain't running late. Taxi lights moving slow outside. Whole downtown drifting with the tide. I remember wearing stress like style. Trying hard to make the struggle worthwhile. Every meeting felt like life or death. Now I'm counting peace instead of steps. Velvet shadows moving on the wall. Finally not afraid to lose it all. Gold cufflinks sitting in a tray. Things I thought would save the day. Expensive habits hanging by the door. Don't impress me like they did before. Music breathing through the stereo. Warm bass moving extra slow. Whole world spinning past the room. Still I found a little breathing room. Every clock I tried to beat only pushed me off the rhythm. Now the night got softer hands and the jazz knows how to listen in. Leave the wine beside the whiskey glass. Let another quiet evening pass. Time keeps moving whether I run or stay. Moonlight still finds a window in me. I don't need to measure every breath. I don't need to sprint toward success. Soft piano carrying all the way. Nobody waiting, I ain't running late. We buy expensive things, trying to slow down invisible fears. But peace never lived inside the metal. Never lived inside the numbers. Only in moments like this. Low fracture flow, rain against the windows, and finally nowhere to be. Success, soft piano carrying all the way. Nobody waiting, I ain't running late. The city's still rushing somewhere outside. But tonight,
I finally slowed down enough to hear myself breathe.
Street lights sliding across the windshield, engine humming low beneath the rain. Whole city still awake somewhere behind me. Black sedan rolling under silver skies, downtown glowing in my tired eyes. Dashboard lights moving soft and blue, late night radio speaking truth. Used to think success meant never stopping, always climbing, always watching. But tonight the freeway moving slow feels like the only place I need to go. Leather seats and low jazz chords, nothing left to prove anymore. Every red light in the rain looks like poetry instead of pain. The skyline fading in the rearview glass. Funny how ambition never lasts, but the saxophone beside the beat makes exhaustion sound complete. Maybe peace lives between destinations. Maybe the soul needs long conversations with silence. Midnight highways glowing white, windows fogging in the night. No finish line inside my chest, no obsession left unchecked. Just soft drums and city glow, somewhere gentle left to go. And the deeper the night became, the less I needed fame. Coffee steam rising at a gas station stop, rainwater falling from the rooftop, truck drivers smoking under neon signs, everybody carrying hidden lives. The waitress moving tired but kind, same heavy circles in her eyes. Still the jukebox in the corner plays like the world can soften for a day. I spent years trying to move ahead while anxiety slept beside my bed. Now the freeway rhythm tells me slow down. You don't always need another crown, you don't always need to win the race. Sometimes rest is a sacred place, and tonight the city finally blurred enough for me to hear my spirit. Nobody remembers who arrived first, but everybody remembers nights that felt alive. Left unchecked, just soft drums and city glow, somewhere gentle left to go. And the deeper the night became, the less I needed fame. Taillights disappearing in the rain, and the road finally quiet enough to think.
water shining on Paris stone. Tiny cafe glowing warm alone. Street musicians somewhere down the block, playing soft against the ticking clocks. Used to fear slowing down too much, like stillness meant I'd lose my touch. Now the evening feels complete, with coffee, jazz, and tired feet. Window fog beside my chair, fresh bread mixing with the air. Couples laughing underneath umbrellas, moonlight touching empty glasses. Whole world softer after rain, like the city washed away the strain. And the piano through the restaurant wall makes me forget the race at all. Paris rain and midnight jazz, watching all the pressure pass. No big dream I need tonight, no need proving I'm alive. Just warm lights and slow cafe songs, somewhere simple where I belong. And the storm outside the street finally sounds peaceful to me.
Midnight over the skyline, steam rising from the espresso cup, traffic lights reflecting on wet streets. Nobody really knows where they're running. Midnight heat cooling by the rail, summer wind carrying a distant trail. Neon signs buzzing over downtown streets, old soul drums underneath the beat. Black shirt loose in the evening heat, city noise sounding soft and sweet. I remember when the skyline felt like war, every locked door made me want more. Now the rooftop got a gentler tone, finally comfortable being alone. No performance hiding in the grin, no pretending everybody wins. The espresso bitter but the night tastes right, street lights flickering silver white, conversation fading in the breeze. Nothing left I really need. Maybe peace don't make a sign, maybe it just slows you down. Maybe all the things I chased only pulled me out of place. Take the pressure off my chest tonight, everything don't need to turn out right. Money don't erase the weight inside, luxury can't teach a soul to glide. But the rose keeps melting through the air, make the whole world feel a little fair. Like the struggle finally lost control, like the bass line healing up my soul. clouds above the city glow. Every tide face moving down below. Everybody carrying hidden storms, trying to survive the modern norms. But the rooftop got a sacred mood, warm espresso and a better view. No agenda hanging over me, just the skyline and the melody. Used to wear ambition like cologne, used to fear what silence might expose. Now I sit beside the rooftop edge, watching moonlight balance on the ledge. Every taxi passing far below looks like tiny rivers made of gold. Maybe peace was always passing near, maybe I was too loud to hear. The night don't care about success, moonlight falls on everyone the same. And somewhere underneath the jazz, I forgot who I was trying to impress. Take the pressure off my chest tonight. Everything don't need to turn out right. Money don't erase the weight inside. Luxury can't teach a soul to glide. But the rose keep smelling through the air, make the whole world feel a little fair. Like the struggle finally lost control, like the bass line healing up my soul.
The city keeps moving, fast elevators, niggas, bright watches, intricate cities. But somewhere above all the noise, there's still a rooftop waiting. Still a jazz melody floating through warm air. Still a version of yourself that knows how to breathe.
Take the pressure off my chest tonight. Everything don't need to turn out right. Money don't erase the weight inside. Luxury can't teach a soul to glide. But the rose keeps melting through the air, make the whole world feel a little fair. Like the struggle finally lost control, like the bass line healing up my soul. Espresso getting colder in the cup, skyline fading into sunrise. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't in a hurry.
Vinyl spinning slow tonight, dust floating through amber light, whole room breathing softer now. Silk curtains dancing in the air, vinyl records stacked beside the chair, dust floating slow through amber light. Another long conversation with the night, the trumpet crying soft and low, like an old friend I used to know. Coffee rings fading on the wood, trying to remember what feels good. Whole life measured by a screen, every notification pulling at me, every second monetized somehow, everybody demanding action now. But the room got old school gray, place. No need to rush the human pace. Only vinyl crackle and a drink. Enough space left to think. Leave the city outside the door. I don't wanna race no more. Moonlight laying silver on the floor. I finally understand what stillness for. No expensive watch around my wrist. No fear of the things I missed. Only soft drums and a midnight tune. Breathing easy underneath the moon. Taxi tires hissing through the rain, but the room dissolving all the strain. Every moving shadow on the wall feels like peace returning after all. Used to think I had to earn my rest, like calm belonged to someone else. Now the vinyl spinning slow and deep sounds like finally falling asleep. I used to panic when the room got quiet. Now silence feels almost private, like a hidden lounge above the noise, far away from all the plastic joys. Velvet evening wrapping round my mind, trying to leave the heavy world behind. Jazz guitar floating through the smoke, making all the pressure lose its hold. Everybody addicted to motion, scrolling, chasing, proving. But the old records knew something different. Slow living, warm rooms, real conversations, the kind of nights you never post online. Understand what stillness for. No expensive watch around my wrist. No fear about the things I missed. Only soft drums and a midnight tune. Breathing easy underneath the moon. Vinyl still turning, mid to midnight. Rain still falling somewhere around town. Finally feels
silver cufflinks on the kitchen stone. Big glass windows overlooking home. Sunset melting gold into the room. Soft guitar humming like perfume. Used to think expensive things meant peace. Now they mostly gather dust for me. Funny how the older spirit grows, the less it needs to put on shows. Fresh espresso, sink, giving myself a chance to think. Whole city glowing copper red, no deadline screaming in my head. Soul records spinning extra slow, warm bass underneath the glow. Maybe happiness was never loud, maybe calm don't need a crowd. Let the evening breathe tonight, leave tomorrow out of sight. No competition in the room, only jazz beneath the moon. Every chord dissolved in weight, nobody waiting, I ain't late. And the skyline finally feels like something beautiful and real. Let the evening breathe tonight, leave tomorrow out of sight. No competition